was back in '83 in Jellyberry. We gathered in the mess to have a drink. Pongo Ponson with the edge wore an aspirin as a badge and left his teeth for safety in the sink. I got up and sang a song from Merry England, and the General had a sentimental look. He insisted that my nose was a perfect English rose and said he'd like to press it in a book. Then he gave us that old favourite Colonel Bogey, to the words that every subaltern there knew. But he kept on stopping short, said he needed our support. Our support, sir? Well, I don't mind if I do. Then in '94 we had a birthday party. I had 20 gins to keep myself awake. I stood up on my chair to recite the Maiden's Prayer and fell backwards in the gravy by mistake. Then a chap who suffered violently from hiccups did a native dance and took off half his clothes. But he didn't look his best in his riding boots and vest with a serviette ring dangling from his nose. We finished up the day with Nellie Dean, sir, and the General said, when bidding me adieu, though I fought in several wars, that's my favourite song, what's yours? What's mine, sir? Well, I don't mind if I do. I remember in the mess at Rummy Tummy, we met one night and started off from scratch. Some befuddled young recruit poured some salt on his cheroot and tried to light his sausage with a match. Then Tiddly Thompson drank a quart of sherry and shortly after had to leave the mess. He went home, his veteran said, tucked his breeches into bed and screwed himself inside his trouser press. Then some fathead filled my boots up with champagne hot, and I walked home in my socks at 2:30. It was pouring down with rain, but I'd do the same again. Same again, sir? Well, I don't mind if I do. Who is this Phil Harris fellow? What's he got that I can't get straightened out? Beautiful music, sir, but sad, sad. Reminds me of the story of my old major. Stout fellow, the major. Retired in '33, went to the country. Became lord of the Manor. Lovely old ruin. The Manor, not the major. A fabulous place. Had a portcullis. I was never very fond of the cullis, but by Jove, port. But that's another story. I was down there for the weekend when the thing happened. I can picture it now. Baronial hall, ancestral armor, family ghost, miles of corridor. And as we sat there after dinner, he called for his butler. Briggs! 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 Come in, sir. Come in, sir. Come in, sir. You called, sir. Of course I did. Who did you think it was? Little Sir Echo? My lord of the blooming Manor was quaffing a pint of ale when Briggs, his butler, brought him in a note. He read it through, right to the end, and discovered his wife had run away with his greatest friend. So my lord of the blooming Manor was frightfully so upset that he had to quaff another pint of ale. And then a tear, a lonely tear, ran down his nose and dropped into his beer. Then Briggs the butler gazed at him in deepest sympathy. Said he, my lord, for forgive me if I say I've known her ladyship for years, and after all, my lord, you'll agree she's rather young and rather gay. Then my lord of the blooming manor, astoundingly proud and pale, said, "Briggs, old chap, she's left me." At the end was dastardly. Woe is me. But I must tell you this. By Jove, I'm going to miss. I'm really going to miss my greatest friend.